Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to continue our look at Voodoo Child's Light Return by checking out Jimmy's first solo here. So a lot of crazy stuff, Jimi Hendrix solo, so what can you expect? We're just still tuned down a half step here, and the first phrase sounds like this. Alright, so it's some bends up here, E minor pentatonic. Whole step bend there at the 15th fret on the B string. Then pick it again and release back down to the 12. Then back to 15, and then another bend. Now that last bend, I was kind of already pre-bent before I picked it. See that? All right, the next phrase. Alright, so we're still messing around in E minor pentatonic here. This is a little bit quicker. We're going to have a whole step bend at the 15th fret again. Release, pull off to 12, and then do a 14th fret whole step bend. Back to the 12th fret on the B, and pull back off 15 to 12. So we have this. Then a whole step bend and release at the 14 on the G. Over, you release to 12. Over to 14 on the D. So we have this. Then we're going to kind of end this first phrase by hammering 12 to 14 on the G and then doing a whole step in. And then as you're holding that 14, pick it again and release. And then the 12th fret there on the G with a lot of vibrato. So we have this. Alright, so then we have a quick little hammer on from 12 to 14. You can barely hear it, it's really muted. And then what it's really aiming for here is the 14th fret on the D string. We pick it and then some vibrato, pick it a couple more times, then 12, slide 14 to 12 on the A. Then pick 12 again, just kind of 12 to like that. So we have this. So it is. Then a quick little low E and back to that 14 on the D string. So it is. And then slide from 12 to 14 on the A, and then back to that 14 on D. So he's really aiming for that note. All right, so from this note we have the next phrase. All right, so we're going to be doing 14 on the D, 12 on the B, into a whole step at the 15th fret on the B, to the 12th fret on the high E, and then 15th fret on the high E string, and you're going to bend it up 2 whole steps. And then another bend, it's kind of a gradual bend, and then a whole step bend. Then 15, hammer 12, 14, 12 on the high E. 15 on the B, 12 on the high E, followed by a bend to get on the 15 again. So we have this. All right, now from here he goes into a lick that what he's doing is he's kind of doing a random thing here. He's doing kind of a blues lick from 12 on the high E, pull off 15 to 12 on the B, over to 15 on the G string, and then pull 15 to 12 again. So we have this. All right, so now you're in position to basically go. He's messing around between 15 and 12 and 14 and 12 on the B string, and occasionally hitting the 14 on the G string. So it sounds like this. And it's not totally, that part's not totally really accurate. It's just kind of a haphazard lick he's playing. So the best way to really approach it is So it's kind of going from 15 to 12 to 14 on the G, and then do the same thing but 14 to 12 on the B. He goes into a whole step bend on the 15. And then that lick again, 12 on the high E, pulling off 15 to 12, whole step bend and release of the 14 on the G, pull off to 12 to 14 on the D. Alright, now we're kind of back down to the... Alright, so that's just kind of a variation on what you did during the verse. So it just kind of goes... So just go down there and do that lick. Just do it a couple times down there, and then jump back up to 12, 14 on the D. So and then we have 12 on the D, and then slide 14 to 12 on the A, and then we finally get to a repeated lick. Now this is just... So what he's doing there is whole step bend at the 14th fret on the G, 12 on the B, 15 on the B, 12 on the B. So you're going to pick him at first and kind of do it slower. He starts speeding up a little bit, and then after that you're going to do the bend, and then you're going to do these three notes, just hammer and pull. And as it just starts getting more crazy sounding, he grabs both notes, the 15 on the B, 14 on the G, and keeps bending up 14, just bringing it back down and bending it back up. Well, he's really rocking the wah pedal. And then we have this, which is just the 14th fret bend down to the 12th fret, and then another slow bend, just a whole step bend of the 15 on the high E string. And then you're back down to the... He just really brings it down the dynamic level here. There's a little part, it's kind of a transition. It's just the verse riff a lot. Once again, he's just kind of messing around with it, never repeating himself. You've already learned the verse riff in the first video, so we're really wanting to just kind of do a subdued version of that. But when he goes to this, that sometimes he does a little trill. So he's just basically messing around with just that riff, really kind of a bare bones version of it. He'll do kind of stuff like this a couple times on guitar, but you know, if you know Hendrix, it's just kind of, it's inspired playing, but it's not really something that you're going to be able to recreate note for note. He never would be able to do it himself either. So it's really trying to get the framework of it down and do your own thing with it and just kind of follow along with the song. So anyway, we're going to take care of some more solos in this song in the next video. I'll see you then.